Hey guys, welcome back to Seen It All Quick Frame, a mini segment where we're going to be reviewing movies that we've seen and give you guys small mini reviews, spoiler free. And today we're going to be talking about the Fantastic Four First Steps and Happy Gilmore 2. So to start off, Fantastic Four First Steps was directed by Matt Jackman. It stars Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Eben Moss-Bachrach. Not sure if I'm saying that right, so feel free in the comments to correct me because I'm not entirely sure. And Joseph Quinn. They play the Marvel family. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. To me, it wasn't an origin film, and they did it a very clever way, where they still showed us, for those who don't know, the origin of the Fantastic Four and how they became who they are. The movie did a really good job in a clever way on how to explain that to the audience, because I don't think they could have done it any other way. The story was simple, beginning to end. They are the heroes. They're the established heroes. They've been the heroes for about a year now at this point in the movie. And there's a villain that comes into their lives, and how do they prevent the villain from basically doing what villains do? To me, the cast and the chemistry between the crew, specifically between Joseph Quinn, who plays Johnny Storm, and Eben Moss-Bachrach, who plays a Thing, their chemistry together felt very real, very brothers, very best friends. The banter between the two, I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby play Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman, and their chemistry as a couple was also really good. And I think that, to me, is what made the movie stand out so much, because, like I said, the script was simple, beginning to end. It was point A to point B. But what made the movie even better was their chemistry as actors. You also had Julia Garner play Silver Surfer. She was great, and what she did, she wasn't in the movie a whole lot, but she did her thing, and I think she was well casted for the part. You also had Galactus, and I think the CGI, or the way they portrayed Galactus in this film compared to the original 2004 Fantastic Four, I think they improved the way Galactus looked, and I think the way they portrayed him was fantastic. I think that they should have. It just kind of. I wonder where they're gonna go now, based on what happened with Galactus. But either way, I recommend the movie. It's really good. It's fun. It has its quirky, funny moments between each other. A lot of people have been complaining the way Ben Grimm, the Thing, looks, and his face. There's a reason why his face looks the way he does, even made of rock. So watch the movie and you'll see exactly what I mean. I think it was a great film. I think it was very well casted, simple story. Highly recommend. IMDb gives it a 7.3. I'm giving it an 8.5. Just because I thought, for the movie and for how long it's been since Marvel has released an actually good movie, part of the MCU, this one stands out above a lot of the rest of the movies. So we're going to go next with Happy Gilmore 2. This was recently released on Netflix a couple weeks ago. Obviously stars Adam Sandler. Happy Madison production. This takes place, I think, 20 or 30 years after the original Happy Gilmore. It stars Adam Sandler, stars Julie Bowen, who comes back as his love interest, or now his wife. The movie was not good. A lot of people are like, oh, this is the way Adam Sandler movies are supposed to be, and they're supposed to be funny. Yes, they're supposed to be funny. And there was moments where it was funny. There was moments where the nostalgia of the original Happy Gilmore and even the new stuff that they included, it did make me laugh. The story itself, from beginning to end, It had plot, and I enjoyed that. What I didn't enjoy were the cameos, the excessive amount of cameos that I don't need nor cared for. It doesn't add anything to the story. Travis Kelsey, don't care. Kelsey Plum, don't care. You guys could have casted anybody else in these roles. Nikki Bella, also don't care. Becky Lynch, Reggie Bush, also don't care. Marcelo Hernandez, you could have casted anybody in these films and the movie would have still been the same. They didn't need to be there. The only cameos that I was like, okay, I get them. Obviously his family, because his daughters were in the film, as well as his wife, as she always has been. Bad Bunny, he actually played a part. He actually had a story in the film. That was fine. Even Cameron Boyce, who passed away, but he played his son in Grown Ups 1 and 2. He played homage to him and he added him in the film. That was cool. I like that. But everybody else I didn't care about. I don't care. Travis Kelsey didn't add anything to the story. Kelsey Plum either. The podcast guys from Hot Wings or whatever they didn't need to be there. Post Malone being a commentary for the golf game, you could have picked anybody else, but you chose to spend money on these A-list celebrities just because you wanted to have them in your movie. I didn't like it. Other than that, I mean, I give the movie, everybody's like, oh, the type of comedy that Adam Sandler has done from back in the day, whether it was Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, Big Daddy, Waterboy, even Mr. Deeds, Little Nicky, all these movies were so good, and they had their funniness about them, their the comedic timing of it, and they were still a little wonky. They were still a little crazy. In this movie and the most recent movies that he's done, it's not the same type of comedy. So, as crazy as it may be, it wasn't a good movie. I don't recommend it. It's only good for the nostalgia, and that's about it. So IMDb gave it I want to say, sorry, let me look it up here. IMDb gave it a 6.2 and I gave it a 5. That's how average and not good of a movie it was. I think they dropped the ball with this. It was unnecessary. So I wouldn't waste your time. But yeah, anyway, thanks again for joining me on the new mini segment, or not new, but the mini segment of Quick Frame. Follow me or us. Actually, no, you got that. Thanks, guys.